It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Green Bay Packers. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Not only a fumble loss there, but and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Here's Burrow. Man open. That's Jamar Chase complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they go play action now. Burrow. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
Here's 2nd and 10.
11 mighty.
On the delay, it's Mixon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Packers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Burrow on 3rd down. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
The Bengals drive about to get going. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. This defense for the Packers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. This defense for the Packers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Flushed out right. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Give him 32 on the play. That's evidence of why you spend a high draft pick on a receiver, isn't it, Charles?
It certainly is. His ability to make plays like that, and we've seen flashes of it from him so far in his rookie season. But also, it opens things up for the rest of the offense because they have to bring their attention to him as well.
A run with a fullback. It's Ben Mason. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. It's Mixon on the counter. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Burrow will throw. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Slant to Adams. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box. Change speeds, change locations, change the pitches you throw at him. So show different coverages. Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Rodgers. That's taken in by the tight end, Josiah DeGuara. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Rodgers' throw taken in by Adams. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. To throw is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
Jones. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have taken the lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
2
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Now, Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. He's going to let this one go deep. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively. And the key to any screenplay is space to work. And there was none to be found there. And they tackle him for just a short gain.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Packers. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, Phillips. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Here we go. Ready? Ready, set. 11, 12, 12, 12.
Play action. It's Burrow. Flush to his right. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Burrow looking to pass. Escaping the pressure right. He gets this one to Boyd. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
Big 13. Big 13.
They go back to the ground now with Mixon. He will push his way down to about the 14. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
12, 12, 12. 11, 11, 11, 11.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
On 3rd down, Burrow. Flushed out right. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. No doubt they were hoping for 7 points out of this drive, CD. The good news, they can at least salvage 3 because that ball went bouncing out of bounds.
Yeah, how about the bounce that they got? They kept them in field goal range. You're exactly right. They get a chance to get 3 points out of it and not cost themselves.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught by Cobb. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rodgers now to throw. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And again, it's Rodgers. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And oh, he almost had his second pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Throwing is Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. Rodgers going to throw. Touchdown, Packers! Robert Tunyon, as the first half is winding down, and the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. On the return, Phillips. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He sets to fire deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more.
Now Burrow loses the football. And this is going to be Packer football. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. Here comes Cobb. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Packers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. He'll buy some time right. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he whips that one incomplete there.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Rodgers going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Beautiful throw right there on 3rd down, and it looked like this was going to be 6 points, but a nice touchdown-saving tackle at the end of this. Even still, this offense is knocking on the door now with a 1st and goal at the 1.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1-play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1-play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. A toss left, Mixon, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Always a pleasure.
So a nightmare start to the drive as they're already staring at 2nd and long. They go play action with Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. He's got Mason complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Burrow will throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. The left side completion to Jones. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 18. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll run on first down. It's Jones, and he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense, and know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Trey Hendrickson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Now it's Rodgers. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. To throw again on 2nd down. Burrow, open man is Uzama. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down. From the gun to give to Mixon. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 51 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw. And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by the rookie Aaron Stokes. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
A run with Jones on first down, not going to yield much. A yard tops. 2nd down coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Packers on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. It's Cobb. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's Jones. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Now Rodgers. Man open, here is Jones. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's Rodgers. Slant to Adams. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Now Jones. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. They'll try again with Jones. And a second effort gets him in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is now 24. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, Phillips. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
On the return, Phillips. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that. And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. Zadarius Smith. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 2nd and 21. A lot of ground to cover. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Burrow looking to pass. Slant pass to Boyd. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
But it leads to 4th down.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Mike, hey.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
11.
From midfield now, Burrow. And he'll find Chase on the right side, complete. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
Check 99. Check 99. 11.
To the air again, Burrow. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And Burrow's going to look to throw for it. And he will get in for the 2 points to get this back to a 3-score game. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
He's tackled at the 34-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.